everybody. I am blessed to introduce you to my friend Nikki. We met through another Big Family Moms group. And when I threw out the idea of, hey, I'd love to encourage some other moms, some other Big Family Moms, just by interviewing other Big Family Moms, she said, I'll do it. And, we hadn't even met before, and she said she'd do it. So I am so grateful, Nikki, that you're meeting with me tonight. She's hiding out in her garage while the kids watching movies so she can talk to us short and sweet from her life as a mom of 5 children living in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. Your kids are ages 10 to 1, and I'm so excited to get to know you a little bit better and just to learn from you as a fellow Big Family mom. So, Nikki, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? I kind of gave you your intro, but like where you live, your family right now, kind of just your interest, a little bit about you.
Well, my name's Nikki. I live in East Tennessee in the Great Smoky Mountains. I have 5 children, ages 10, 7, 4, 2, and 8 months. We just enjoy our nice little town. There's Dollywood and the mountains and so much to do to stay active and enjoy nature.
That's wonderful. So do you homeschool your children that are school aged?
Yes.
Right.
I homeschool my 5th grader, my 2nd grader, and my preschooler.
And then take care of the little ones at the same time.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you were saying the other day when we were first chatting that your kids are with you 24/7, that you're full-time stay-at-home mom. That's right?
Yes.
Okay. And what does your husband do?
He is an engineer at a hotel.
Okay. And so when did you become a mom? Obviously 10 years ago. What was that like for you becoming a mom?
Adventurous.
Okay.
I had my own little family. It was just adventurous.
Had you kind of always hoped to be a mom? There's some women who I can't wait to be a mom. You're already naming your kids in high school, or, because it's sort of more surprised by God's grace.
Yes, I always wanted to be a mom of 10 kids when I was young, and people thought I was nuts.
It is more rare today, isn't it, in our generation?
Very rare.
But you're halfway there. So congratulations. And I know, and that's me speaking as a mom of 10 right now, with 1 more on the way. So we're gonna be done by God's grace. So what challenges did you experience in your earlier years as a mom, and what helped you go through them?
That would be criticism from family.
Okay. You were saying
no one thinks I should be having children.
Okay. And did they know it was your intention to have a big family?
Yes.
Okay. So like what kind of things were you hearing?
They're fine with 1 and let it be done.
Okay. And what kind of things were they saying?
It's irresponsible to have a big family. It's not common in these days.
Even though in Tennessee, there's actually a number of big families, like Above Rubies, I think is based out of Tennessee as well. Are you familiar with Above Rubies?
Yes, I love receiving their magazines and following their Facebook.
Oh, that's wonderful. Nancy Campbell has agreed to write the foreword for my upcoming book. I never thought she'd say yes, but just as an aside, I emailed her and I said, I've loved you and followed you for years. Is there any way you'd be willing to write the foreword of my book? And she said yes. So, wow. Nancy Campbell, she's like a superhero in the big family world for anyone who hasn't met her. So what helped you overcome those criticisms, especially since they were coming from your family?
Facebook and just being my own person, I guess. I never really fit in my family.
Okay. And what helped you on Facebook specifically?
Just finding mothers that were just like me.
There you go.
Like you, for instance.
There you go, right? Because there are some big family mom groups. Some of them are homeschool. Some of them are stay at home. They're there, right? We found each other in this big world. Well, here's my next question for you. just gonna check. What are some of your favorite tips and tricks that make your mom life easier with your 5 children?
My tips and tricks. Um, I really don't have any tips or tricks, to be honest. I really don't.
I bet you do.
I just
Maybe you never thought about that before. That's all right. Because you said you connected with some other moms to get some moral support and stuff. And you've been figuring this out being your own person.
stay active. That's
Okay.
how I survive, is by staying active.
All right. Do you build
I'm
that
not
into
one
your
to get
day?
hooked up.
Yeah.
What's that?
So how do you build that into your day? So you live in a beautiful area of the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. So do you guys get out every day as a family, you and the kids? Or do you do it kind of more on your own?
Every day, but we like to stay active. There's Cades Cove, there's Klingman's Dome, there's the Great Smoky Mountains trails, there's rivers to go to, the lake.
Okay.
I love to stay active, even in my community.
Good for you. Are you in more of a rural property or kind of more in town?
I'm just kind of like in a little neighborhood to the side of town right now.
All right. So like, do the kids, when they get out, is it like playing on the road kind of thing? Or do you have a little bit of property they can run around on?
I live on about an acre land. They've got a fenced in backyard.
Okay. So it's good. You can let the little ones out. You don't have to worry about them going off into a river or something.
Oh yes, it's they're nice and they can run. We have horses for next door neighbors, so we love to go see the animals.
Can you feed them over the fence?
Yes, we can.
Oh, that's so fun with little kids. It's like magical to feed a horse. So, how have you connected with God through the busy seasons of life? You're still in the thick of it with your youngest being 8 months. Is there anything that really helps you connect with God in the busy season of mom life?
Well, there's homeschooling. I do Christian curriculum, so that helps us get down to it. There's Bible time at nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to church on Sunday mornings. I try to just hang out in the little kids' room and participate with them.
Okay, that's wonderful. And now for homeschool, real quick, I think that might even be my next question. Homeschool question, if applicable. What works really well for you in your homeschooling? Do you have like a particular curriculum that you like, or do you do it 4 days, 5 days? Kind of what's your approach?
I like to use master books and Christian Light.
Okay.
Every once in a while I'll stick a couple of other things in, but no, I just go with the flow. Like, what subject do y'all want to do next, kids? We don't do it on any schedule. I wish we could, but life's too busy.
Okay. And what led you to homeschool? Were you always planning that, or was that a decision you made kind of once you became a parent?
Well, when I sent my oldest to preschool for 1 year, a public preschool like Head Start, it did not go well. I did not feel connected with the other mothers. I felt I was just dropping my child off, and by the time I picked her up from school, we got home, she was so tired. I'd feed her, she'd go straight to bed. So I felt for a year I'd, lost precious time with her.
How old was she then?
She was 4.
Okay. Yes, it was like a kindergarten kind of level.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not always sure what the terms are in the States, but we call it
A preschool,
kindergarten, preschool. Okay. All right. So are there any sort of hacks or tricks that you like to do in your homeschool? You just find it makes it easier?
No, not really. I just read.
Oh, go ahead.
I just read the books. We do the work.
There you go. And do you?
I guess you could say I go to YouTube when we don't understand it. There's so many different things you can find on YouTube.
It's so true. I've done the same thing. My kids are like, well, how come you can't go the speed of light without dying? I'm like, YouTube? Please tell my children how this is possible. They have really good stuff, especially if you type in for kids. So it's like,
Oh, yes, of course, for
yeah,
children appropriate wise.
I don't need like a PhD master level class to explain, space time or something. So do you do any other work like from home or outside of the home?
Well, no, not really. I'm just a 100% stay-at-home mom. If we do get in a situation where we need some money, I might try to pick up some babysitting out of the blue,
Mhm.
but we don't usually make a ton out of that because I don't have the heart to charge an arm and leg for babysitting a child.
Right. Gotcha. And now here's getting to the end here because I said it's gonna be a short and sweet interview. We don't need to take a lot of time to learn some good things from each other and just be encouraged that we're not alone in this big family mom journey. If you could go back to when you were a young mom, give yourself some words of advice, what would you say?
Go for it. I can't tell you how much my family criticized me, and it truly hurt. I wouldn't be giving up my faith, my hopes, my dreams, like I couldn't do it. They kept telling me how expensive kids are, and being a mom to 5, they're really cheap if you do it the right way, I feel.
I've got a whole chapter on that coming up in my book of it's Maclean's magazine, which is a big magazine here in Canada. It's like Times for the States. They ran an article a couple years ago called $1 Million Babies. And they tried to show how babies cost $1 million over a lifetime. And I thought, I had 7 children at the time. I said, that's mathematically impossible. So I read the article and I pulled it apart in one of the chapters in my book. I had a lot of fun being able to say, I don't know what you're thinking. Your math is screwed up because there's no way that children cost $1 million a piece, or else, how much in debt would we both be by now, right? I mean,
Oh, I understand. I love passing on my stuff to them.
yeah. So here we go. If you would like people to, people are like, wow, I would love Nikki. Maybe they're in East Tennessee. They'd love to connect with you either online or some other way. What might be the best way for them to find you so they could just get and connect with you?
Facebook.
Facebook. So Nikki Ward. Actually, I think you have your middle name in there too, don't you?
Yes.
Nikki Paige Ward. I'll be sure to write it in our, in the private Facebook group. So if anyone would like to connect with you and just encourage you and be encouraged by you, then they can do that. Well, Nikki, thank you so much for meeting with me tonight, hiding out in your garage while the kids finish watching, what was it, The Great Mouse Caper? We love that one too.
Great.
Mouse Detective, something like
The
that.
Great Mouse Detective. It's my family loves classical clean Disney.
As do we. Absolutely. I think Snow White's one of my all-time favorites. I'm still charmed by it to this day. Well, thank you again for taking time out of your busy mom life to meet with me and to just give some short and sweet, encouragement to other big family moms in the world today. And if anyone wants to get in touch with Nikki, send her a shout out, some encouragement. If you're in East Tennessee or nearby, then now you know where to find her. So thank you, Nikki. God bless you. And I'm just going to bid you good night. As soon as I hit stop on this, it's just going to cut us off. So I'll say good night now. All right.
Night.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.